Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text StartMyQuit to 36072.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Good evening and welcome in to this IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of East Idaho Game Night. Coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Hi everyone and welcome in. My name is Joel Richardson and I'm joined by Josh McGauley. Tonight we come to you live from Ravston Stadium, home of the Idaho Falls Tigers and the Skyline Grizzlies. Tonight, the Idaho Falls Tigers are home to the Skyline Grizzlies, and they take on each other in the 60th, count it, 60th annual Emotion Bowl. This game has been played since 1966. Skyline has won 10 of the last 11, and they lead the series 36-23. 4 shutouts apiece from each team. The average points scored in this one, 28.6 for Skyline, 20.5 Idaho Falls. It's been mostly Skyline, like I said, the last 11 years, except for a sneaky victory by Idaho Falls a few years ago in 2021, where they won 38-34 after being behind most of that game. And Josh, you know, but you throw out those records, you throw out those point totals because in rivalry games, it gets weird.
Yeah, no, it gets very weird. And I was lucky enough to be on that call for that game, and it was very weird because that Skyline team was incredible. You know, they had a great, crazy lead, and Idaho Falls just came back. This is what rivalry games are all about, and Idaho Falls are hoping and praying for that tonight to upset the Skyline team.
Good crowd from Skyline. Idaho Falls starting to fill in a little bit. The student section a little bit lighter if we're comparing student sections, you know, with wins and losses so far tonight. Skyline definitely winning in the student section category. Hopefully IF will be bringing some more fire as we get set to kick off. You see both teams out there, cheerleaders out there. IF team, a little bounce in their step out there for the Idaho Falls marching band.
Yeah, and the one thing I love being on this Skyline side, because that's where the booth is, and you look across the field, and you can usually see this bright orange Deer Hunter shirts. And I only see a couple, but I'm sure there's going to be more as the night goes on.
Goalposts have been painted blue since 2021, and last year's Skyline, because thanks to that victory, that was a shutout win from Skyline. Hoping for the same tonight. You see the fireworks coming off from the Skyline side. Idaho Falls players lining up underneath the Tiger Tunnel. Scott Berger, head coach of the Skyline Grizzlies, comes into his 17th season for this one. 19 years as an assistant before with this program. He's been involved in this program since 1990 and had a great conversation with him during the week. He's 12-2 in the last 14, Josh, 21-14 since 1990. So he's taken his lump of losses, his lumps in this one. So he says you respect every Emotion Bowl, no matter whose record is higher or lower. Like we mentioned, it gets crazy, it gets weird, so you respect the opponent so you don't, come away with a surprising loss.
Yes, and if you're Coach Berger, you definitely know what the other team's going to be doing. And when you got a guy like Zion Crockett and the powerhouse that they can bring, you got some weapons that you can just use and abuse, really, and many different secrets that can happen as well.
Yeah, let's talk about Zion Crockett. That dude is averaging 86.2 receiving yards a game, 34.6 rushing yards, and he's got 6 total touchdowns this season. Had a relatively quiet game last week against Hillcrest, but that Hillcrest defense was awesome. Josh had the pleasure to call that game with Sean Kane here on IdahoSports.com, and they did a good job spying Zion and keeping him under bay.
Yeah, Zion's going to get his. He's one of the quickest and shiftiest guys in Eastern Idaho. And you just need to get him the ball, and one-on-one, he's going to make a man miss every single time.
And for Idaho Falls, watch for the quarterback, Will Thompson. He's got 6 passing touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown so far this year. Unfortunately, 6 INTs, and he's going to be looking for James Richardson. Last week versus Bonneville, he had 6 catches, 171 yards, 1 touchdown, but he averages almost 100 yards per game, Josh.
Yeah, and I'm really excited to see what Idaho Falls team can do. They are very young, and this is a rivalry game. Anything can happen, and when those juices are going and that adrenaline's going, it can bring a lot.
We'll take a quick break for the national anthem. We'll be right back for the coin toss and kickoff. You're watching the Emotion Bowl on IdahoSports.com.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Welcome back to the East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com, the 60th annual Motion Bowl game being played since 1966, and a great national anthem played by both the Idaho Falls and the Skyline marching bands.
That's about as close as they will be tonight in friendliness. As this game gets going, there's going to be some rivalry. I love the heat that can be brought in rivalry games. You see it in college football, you see it in the NFL, and you definitely see it at the high school level. So I'm very excited for this one.
Well, and also in rivalry games, you end up having stars that you wouldn't have otherwise. Some guys just, they feel that, they enjoy that pressure, and they go for it, and you end up having some unsung heroes, if you will, who shine in these games. We've seen rivalry games where second, third string comes in, or that sophomore wide receiver comes and makes big plays. And Idaho Falls will need a lot of those tonight, as they are a younger team, mostly sophomores and juniors, Josh.
Exactly, and hopefully those sophomores can show up tonight big time, because they're going to need to, if you got to be honest. And it's going to really come down to if they can stop just a couple of players on Skyline. Those sophomores are going to have a big role to do that.
Let's talk about one of those players. The junior running back, Jonathan Serrano, had a chance to talk with head coach Joe Parker in his first year with this Idaho Falls Tigers team. He's getting 44 rushing yards per game, and coach wants big production out of his junior running back.
Yeah, and the Skyline team, they have a huge defensive line. And it's going to, offensive line for Idaho Falls may look a little bit smaller. You're going to see the size difference there. They're just going to have to create some holes for that running game if they want to get some chances. Because if they shut down one part of Idaho Falls' offense, the other part's definitely going to be shut down as well.
Yeah, and last week against Hillcrest, Hillcrest had, we talk about Skyline's good defensive line. Hillcrest really owned that line, but Skyline did enough where they could keep the game somewhat close and are able to, knock out 19 points to end the fourth quarter. Here we go, a drone flying across the field, dropping some orange chalk, and drops the ball a little bit short of the 50-yard line, but,
good enough.
Not always perfect, but it's like Josh says, it's good enough. Again, we're already getting weird in this Motion Bowl, in this rivalry game. Some orange chalk dropped in the end zone, and the football dropped about the 30-yard line, trying to get it to the 50, but no problem there. Joe Parker mentioned, he's in his first year head coach for this Idaho Falls Tigers team, 26th year coaching total. He comes from Arizona. He's coached a lot of teams down in Arizona. And, he mentioned there are a couple players that he really misses down there, not because they were big or strong or fast, but because they worked hard. And he's seen some glimpses in this Idaho Falls Tigers team.
Yeah, and if you're seeing that, especially how young this Idaho Falls team is, you got to watch out. You got to watch out with a good head coach like that, and someone that can motivate these young men to perform at their peak. If you're Idaho Falls, you got to be excited for that.
As you see the captains coming out for both your teams, they're going to shake hands. For Skyline, number 22, Gage Searle. Number 65, Karen Aguilar. Of course, number 5, Zion Crockett, the star of the Skyline team, and number 23, Taylor, the star DB. And Skyline's going to need these captains to lead the way and not, help keep the team, use that leadership and help keep this team controlled and focused as this game gets set to kick off.
Yeah, this is one of the best atmospheres you can have with both of these teams. And I love coming to this game because they make this a whole day experience for this game. If you look over to our right, you got vendors, you got food, you got drinks, we'll talk about it later, there's a car that's being auctioned off, it's like they might as well bring the farmers market here. This is a whole day event for this town, and it ends with a Friday night football game that could end, who knows how it could end. This is an amazing experience here in Idaho. And
the Idaho Falls student section is starting to fill in a few more students, and then the parent section as well starting to fill in a little bit better for this Tigers team. And look, you don't blame the Idaho Falls community, Josh, right? They're 0-4. The Tigers are losses versus Thunder Ridge, Pocatello, Century, and Bonneville. Now, the Pokey game was a 14-point loss, and it wasn't garbage time. Century game was 11 11-point loss, but a lot of those touchdowns were late, and it was against Century's second, third strings. And so you look at that Pocatello game and you think, what do they do well in that one? They're able to run the football. They got guys open, and they got stops. And so if you're a fan of Idaho Falls, you've seen your team lose 4 games in a row, but you can know that we've had some decent games. We were able to get in the end zone, and you can lean on that going into this rivalry game.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're Skyline, too, you got to think you're on the both sides of that. You have given up a huge lead in a game against Madison, and then you've also almost come back from a huge deficit. So it's if you're Skyline, you better not blink, because, of course, if you're obviously this is not a betting thing, but Skyline's going to be a heavy favorite in this game. And if you get up, don't look back, because Idaho Falls will be there.
As the teams receive their captains in their respective circles, let's talk about the rankings for both these teams. Idaho Falls is ranked number 23 out of 26 for 5A. We'll talk about that throughout the game, why that actually is okay for Idaho Falls, especially if they can get a couple wins under the belt as this season continues. For Skyline, though, it's 3s across the board, Josh. They're 3rd in the coaches, media poll, and the most important max preps as we get deeper and closer to those playoff rankings.
Yeah, playoff football is just around the corner. You know, you got, a month? Is it? It's
just about,
yeah,
yep,
just
end
about
of October. October 23rd is the last Saturday or Friday of regular season football.
So, yeah, we're
almost
a month there.
Away. Wild.
And your team, you're heating up. You know, especially the Skyline team, they've got to show up. You know, they got maybe one player that we're going to talk about a lot, Zion, but I'm very much excited for that.
Let's talk about the keys to the game, Josh, for Skyline. What are we going to be watching for the Grizzlies?
Yeah, discipline assignment, sound defense versus that wing T is going to be key for Skyline, and fight through those ankle and kick out blocks, because there's definitely going to be a lot of those for Skyline as well. We're going to see 2 quarterbacks. We're going to see who's going to be coming out first, but usually after every every drive, they switch out their quarterback, so that's definitely going to be a strength for that Skyline team. Also, they got some young wide receivers. Malfua, he's a big kid. He's tall, he's strong, he's fast. He's just young. And so I'm excited to see if they can get him playing as well as Rivera.
Those are the keys to the game for Skyline. We'll talk about the keys to the game for IF after this kick. It's a short kick with some running room. Gets to about the 45-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Skyline. We're going to call it the 46-yard line. So a little squib kick. And IF defense, a good embrace by a couple players, and they're ready for this one.
And it looks like it's going to be Cooper coming out for Skyline to be their starting quarterback tonight.
And, you know, if I were based on last week, I think Cooper played the better game. Yeah, he didn't rush as well as Giannini, but Cooper was really tossing the pigskin nicely, and especially late in the game, had some great opportunities. So I like this decision to start Cooper Thomas in the opening drive for the Grizz. And we got a flag to start this Emotion Bowl, and they're going to walk back 5 yards. Number 1 is caught jumping a little too early. And speaking of Malifua, that's him, and it'll be 5 yards back, so 1st and 15 to start this one.
Yeah, and with Cooper at quarterback, you got to watch out for his legs. You know, yes, he had a great game throwing the ball, but he's gonna pull the ball quite a bit, and keep it going up the middle.
No doubt. And they give Zion Crockett to the outside. He gets some good blocks. There he goes, 1st down and then some more. Kicked out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds, excuse me. So good 1st and 15 rush by Zion Crockett.
Yeah, Zion, Jared, just getting the end around. He's going to be in motion a lot tonight. He's going to get his miles on his odometer. But they use that motion to just get the defense moving.
About a 20-yard run by Crockett. So the first play goes big. Ball on the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for Thomas. Puts Crockett in motion. We got 3 wide at the bottom of your screen. Pass out to Malifua. Malifua's got some blockers. And comes down after about 12 yards. So that's a catch from Malifua and first down.
Yeah, and that's another big part of this game is that screen game. The game I did with them at Madison, they had huge touchdowns with Crockett in the screen game and as well as Malifua in the screen game. You're going to see a lot of tunnel screens, a lot of bubble screens, just everything that you could name in the book.
Ball on the 19-yard line. Not even a minute has played. We already have 2 first downs by the Grizzlies. Empty backfield. Thomas will take it himself. He's hit hard after he gains a couple and dives forward for a few more.
It's kind of like a college offense. A lot of movement, a lot of fake designs, a lot of things going in opposite directions, but they are going to use their quarterbacks to their max ability. And for Cooper, we've talked about his strength is his legs, as you see there on that little QB draw for a gain of about 7 or 8.
2nd and 3, ball on the 12-yard line. Thomas has Ojeda to the right. Ojeda sneaks out. Thomas looking for the end zone, and that ball falls incomplete. A little miscommunication, I think, between Thomas and number 13, Victor Rivera, the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, there definitely was some miscommunication there. It looked like he threw in between 2 players as well. There's one higher, one lower, but at least he didn't throw it to the opposite team. That's the biggest thing.
You're winning if it just goes incomplete, right, compared to the INT.
Yeah, we'll take third and 3 instead of a turnover there. So just good job just to get it out of bounds at least.
1:30 ticked off in this first quarter. Thomas has a couple wide. Crockett in the left slot. He puts Crockett in motion. Crockett goes in front of Thomas, and Crockett will take it, and he's tackled, immediately hit, but he is able to lean forward for a couple more. And will that be enough? It will be enough for the first down.
Yeah, that time they brought Crockett from the slot into the backfield, and he's gonna get the ball a lot. You're gonna see him in design runs, design screens. I haven't seen him throw the ball yet this year, but he'll definitely do it at some point, I'm sure.
So Skyline is on the 12-yard line.
Whoa, Eminem. I like the rhyme there.
1st and goal. Hands it off to Ojeda. Ojeda gets the right side. He's got plenty of space. Touchdown, Skyline!
Yeah, nice, beautiful run there. We'll be able to show the replay.
But we have a late flag coming in the backfield as the chalk is flying from the student section.
Baby powder?
After that touchdown. Blue-colored baby powder. We'll call it baby powder. So we had a hold in the backfield. And so special teams coach calls for the extra point and not going for the 2-point conversion. Nice little trick play. Malifua going to the end zone after the toss to him. But unfortunately there was a hold, and so no 2-point conversion. Still 6-0, extra point pending from Santino Antrim, the senior DB and kicker. Also plays soccer for the Skyline team.
It's got to be a plus.
Left footer. Kick is up, and kick is good for Santino Antrim. 7-0, Skyline leads early in the first quarter.
Let's get to some of our power boosters, just to thank them to start off this game. Idaho Falls, we'll thank Clubhouse Pediatric Dentists, Java Express, MVP Rentals, The Roof Resource, Teton Toyota, and Teton Volkswagen. And for the Skyline Grizzlies, we'll thank MVP Rentals, The Roof Resources, Teton Toyota, Teton Volkswagen. Also, we'll thank Fibercom, as well as the Clubhouse Pediatric Dentistry as well. So thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to all of those that are able to help us out and be able to put this on for you guys.
We are live and free on IdahoSports.com. Joel Richardson with Josh McGauley in Dallas.
That's right, Dallas. He comes with us every single time. And every now and then we get on the mic. Every now and again.
Well, Dallas, it might be your lucky day, man. We might have to get you on and get your expert analysis.
And during the baseball season, he called the whole game with me. It was pretty fun. So.
Yeah, but did he predict the winner?
He did, actually. He actually
Dallas. Nostradamus Dallas. Antrim kicks it off and should have let that ball bounce out of bounds. It was going out of bounds. So a mistake there from the returner, number 0, Jonathan Sereno. And that ball definitely was taking that bounce out of bounds. Sereno tries to field it, ends up sending it inside the 10-yard line on the 6-yard line. Tough field position to start for this young Tigers team.
Oh yeah, you got to be frustrated there. You can't start off your first drive on the 6 or the 7, no, the 6-yard line. That's rough.
So Idaho Falls, we get our first look at the Tigers offense. Joe Parker really likes this offensive line. And we'll give you their names after this first play of Idaho Falls drive. And trying to draw the Skyline offsides is Will Thompson, but unfortunately gets his own players off. And so they'll march to half the distance of the goal.
Yeah, now you're at the 3-yard line, so now you got to think Skyline. You can just bring the house here. I wonder if there's going to be anybody within 10 yards of this, of the line of scrimmage right now.
Skyline playing very shallow defense, bringing guys up like Josh mentioned. Thompson under center. It'll be a handoff to Sereno. Sereno up the gut. Really nothing going there. Just gets back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Maybe one for Sereno to start this drive.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much you can do. You know Skyline's bringing a lot of pressure, so you don't want to bring your quarterback back. Maybe a quick throw, maybe a screen pass to the far side of the field, but it might just be another run here, just to be safe. So now you got to start thinking too. You don't want your punter to be too squished back there. It already is.
2nd and 12. Thompson, it's a quick slant, and that ball almost is intercepted just off the hands of number 16, Kenyon Spencer.
Yeah, just off the hands, a little too far out in front there, but you got to be careful there as well because the safety was lurking. He was so close to picking that off.
And that safety, I believe, might have been Zion Crockett. He was in the area, although Zion Crockett usually plays a little bit more middle or the left side. So, yeah, but the safety was definitely there. So 3rd and 12, long to go to get away from this danger zone. Thompson under center, Sereno behind him. And it's going to be a handoff. No, it's going to be a throw, and that ball is almost picked off. Just out of the hands of number 22 for Skyline, Gage Searle. And that's going to bring up 4th and long, and the punting team will come out for the Tigers.
Yeah, that was just such an unlucky play there. I thought it was a handoff there, but no, a play action. That's a very dangerous place to do a play action at the 3-yard line. But Idaho Falls got lucky there just to get away and not get a turnover.
Back to receive this punt is Taylor, the dangerous DB. He plays bigger than he looks. Taylor only 5'8", 160. And that ball is punted way short, goes out of bounds.
Taylor had his hands raised like he's questioning the punter. He's like, what? Give me a chance. That was funny.
Well, there's one thing not to punt to the punter, but it's another thing to punt it out and goes, I mean, it went further than 12 yards, but not by much. Skyline has very favorable field position on the 26-yard line in IF territory with 9:31 to play in the first quarter. And out marches Cooper Thomas once again to lead this offense. Another flag on the play. This probably will come 5 yards back against Skyline.
No, oh yeah.
So Grizzlies will go 5.
Sorry, yeah, this is going to be encroachment. I thought it was going to be a false start, but no, just encroachment on Idaho Falls there.
Okay, so 1st and 5, excuse me. The Skyline players were walking back, and it felt like that was going to be a false start the way the officials were watching the line. And so now the officials are actually talking, and sure enough, all right, so it was against Skyline. Always go with your gut, Josh, right?
I guess.
So first and 15, now ball on the 31-yard line. 9:30 to play in the first quarter. In this 60th annual Emotion Bowl. Crockett in the slot. Thomas looking deep. He wants deep. He gets it completed to number 3, John Garcia, and Garcia almost gets in, but just short as he breaks tackles, makes a couple guys miss. So 1st and goal for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, that was a beautiful throw. It was kind of underthrown, but it was underthrown almost perfectly to Garcia. And it means great after the catch skills as well. Just a nice spin, a couple juke moves. It was nice.
So 27-yard completion for Thomas to Garcia. And like you said, it was short, but it was a beautiful short ball that kept Idaho Falls away from it. Here's a man in motion. He'll take it left side and gets in for another 6. That's number 12, Caden Cruz, on the rushing touchdown.
Caden Cruz just gets the handoff. He was in the same motion that Zion Crockett usually has, but it was a nice job there just to dance his way in. He wasn't even touched going into that end zone. As the baby powder gets all in our faces again. You got to think, how much baby powder do they have? If every kid bought a bottle, maybe a couple gallons. So this could get a long night.
The extra point is good from Santino Antrim, and that's another 7 thanks to the Cruz 3-yard touchdown run, followed from the Aaron Ojeda 3-yard touchdown run, but different types of runs there, Josh.
It was different types of run. One was an inside zone, and this one was just a flash across the quarterback into the end zone. So just a really good play call there.
Yeah, almost like a sweep.
Yeah.
Are you interested in joining the team here at IdahoSports.com? We are always on the lookout for talented people that want to get involved in what we do. Salespeople, producers, camera operators, writers, photographers, even broadcasters. You can come work with Josh. Email editor@IdahoSports.com to find out more. And we do a lot more than just broadcasting. Can you continue checking back to the website for updated scores, schedules, standings, polls, action photo galleries, and written content from every corner of the state. And of course, join us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. You can even watch prepcasts and get updates, breaking news, pictures, and more on the socials of IdahoSports.com. 14-0, 9:16 to play in the first. 2 touchdowns and less than 3 minutes played in this game. Not a great sign if you're an Idaho Falls fan. But you figure you get better field position on this kickoff, and here we go. It's filled well, but there's a fumble on the play, and that's going to be, they're going to call a ground-caused fumble to the shock and awe of Skyline as they all grab their helmets. No way.
I think they also got lucky because the ball went out of bounds too. So I think the referee was able to make the easy call there as the ball did hit the ground with the elbow, but also the ball went out of bounds, so they didn't have to come together and talk. But it was just a good job for Skyline there just to even have the chance at the fumble recovery.
Yeah, no doubt. And so Idaho Falls takes over with a little better field position than last time. Josh on the 26-yard line, excuse me. And Thompson.
Oh, there's fireworks going off.
Oh, delayed fireworks on that one. Got to clean out the firework tube, for halftime, right? Got to clean out the old one so we don't have any kind of crazy explosion. Here's an outside run. Good positive yards, but we got a flag thrown to where would be the offensive line, so this one might be coming back, Josh.
Yeah, it is. I think it's going to be a hold on the right tackle or on that side there. I didn't quite see, but I think you're exactly right.
So is Jonathan Sereno on the outside carry.
Man, Idaho Falls, they're just shooting themselves in the foot right now. I know we're only 3 minutes into this ball game, but 2 penalties, almost interception. Got to get going here early in this game, already down 14.
Loss of 10 yards for Idaho Falls. 1st and 20, ball now on the 16-yard line. Grizzlies lead 14-0 with just over 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. Idaho Falls has 4 wide, 2 on each side. Thompson throws to the outside. Nice throw, makes a man miss. And that's number 11, James Richardson, the leading wide receiver for this team, almost averages 100 yards a game.
Ooh, that's a pretty good average. That's a really good average, especially a team that really needs a weapon and to be able to be that go-to guy. That's a really good thing to have for this Idaho Falls team.
So Richardson, it's a 5-yard reception, brings up 2nd and 15. 8:25 and counting to play in the first. Thompson rolling backwards, gets a quick catch and go on the slant, and that ball was to number 12, Griffin Pearson, for a few more.
Yeah, it was just an all-out bubble screen. The whole line just went over to their left to be able to get that screen for a pickup of maybe 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, about 3 yards. 3rd and 12, ball now on the 24, so they need a big 3rd down play here. We'll see what Coach Parker and his quarterback Thompson can cook up here on the 3rd and long. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom. Thompson breaks the pressure. He goes long, and that's way overthrown. Thought Thompson should just take off on that one, but overthrows his receiver. And that'll bring up 4th and 12 as the punting team comes out once more for the Tigers.
Yeah, really good defense on the back end from Skyline. They knew it was an obvious throwing situation there, so they just pretty much double team everybody to that left-hand side. And great job defensively. Really good job.
So we'll see if the Tigers punter can do a little better on this one. Maybe got the jitters out, the rivalry game jitters out from that first one when he was deep in his own territory, deep in his own end zone. And kind of a knuckleball punt here. Received well by Skyline. And this was number 23 on the punt return, Taylor once again, and he gets a chance that time to return it.
He finally got his chance there. Made one-man miss, too. Really nice move there. Really nice move.
So ball on the 49-yard line for Skyline. Again, they're able to start with favorable field position on this side of the 50.
Yeah, now we got a quarterback change. So we talked about Cooper got his 2 drives. We'll probably see
this is John Giannini.
John Giannini,
yeah,
thank you.
Sure.
I forgot his name. It escaped me.
I was waiting for you to finish your thought.
I know.
Yeah, John Genie, number 2, had a good game last week. I think Thomas had the better game. Here's a run to the near side by Ojeda, and he's knocked out of bounds. Gain of about 9 for Ojeda. Good run there on first down.
The one thing I've noticed about this Skyline offense is that when they get going, they really forget about the running game. You know, just a straight handoff to Ojeda. They really forget about Ojeda sometimes. Sometimes it's more about Zion. Sometimes it's more about Malafua. But I think if they get going on the ground game as much as they can, this might be a dangerous team. Obviously, we know about their air attack. We know all about that. But Ojeda, they got to remember about him too sometimes.
Giannini will take it himself. No, he will option it out. And here's Caden Cruz once more. And we got a flag on the play thrown in the secondary of IF. So an official timeout as they discuss the penalty and issue the infraction. But good run by Victor Cruz, whether this comes back or not.
You know, just shout out to the
Caden Cruz, excuse me.
Yeah, and just shout out to the referee crews these past couple of weeks. They've been incredible. If they have a question about anything, they'll always gather together to be able to discuss what's going on, just like they just did there, to be able to call. I think they're calling offsetting penalties on either side. No, they're not. It is a personal foul on Idaho Falls, as they're going to move that up 15 yards.
Yep.
Idaho Falls' 3rd penalty of the night already.
So now ball is on the 21. And a fresh set of downs for the Grizzlies. An unfortunate decision for IF. Again, young team playing in this rivalry game. Plus, a lot of these guys for the first time and playing with a coach who's in his first year. So, of course, his first time in the Emotion Bowl. Reverse. This is Crockett. Crockett bounces outside. He's got green grass, turf, I should say, and he sees the touchdown for another 6.
Man, that was awesome. That was really cool to see there, as it was just a fake inside to just to a hands off to Zion Crockett. Just a nice end around. Zion was untouched going into the end zone to make it 20-0 pending the extra point.
Yeah, I love that reverse call. Ojeda had it and then tossed it to Crockett. Crockett took off. Great blocking. And Skyline will go for 1 behind the foot of Santino Antrim. The kick is up end over end, and it is good. And we'll take a quick break and be right back. You're watching the Emotion Bowl, East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
Welcome back to Ravston Stadium for the 60th edition of the Emotion Bowl here on IdahoSports.com. Joel Richardson with Josh McGauley. Skyline up 21-0 with just under 6 minutes ticked off in the first quarter. Here's a good run by Idaho Falls. Another ball is on the ground. Skyline says they have it. We'll wait for the official call from the officials, and it is, in fact, Skyline football. Ball recovered by number 16 of Skyline, Ledger Searle. We've got a couple of Searle fans right in front of us.
Yeah, they're all wearing Searle jerseys. And man, Idaho Falls, come on, guys. You got to hold on to the ball. This is the second fumble on a kickoff, whether it be punt or a kickoff. And, man, Skyline, you're given the chances. You are getting the chances right now to just run away with already a runaway game.
Skyline has only started on their side of the 50 once so far on these drives, but every drive so far, 3 drives, 3 scores. Let's see if Skyline can make it 4. We'll see if the Tigers defense can pin their ears back and give Skyline something to think about. Ball on the 35-yard line. Giannini in the shotgun, he'll take it himself. Keeping those legs churning to this near side, almost to the middle of the field. About 7-yard gain for Giannini.
Yeah, here you. 7-yard gain.
First run by a Giannini in this game. This is his second series, as Thomas did the first 2. Thomas helped his team score on both. Let's see if Giannini can do the same. He's looking to throw. It's a ball across the middle. Try to go for the one-handed catch.
I think that's a penalty.
No call thrown. Ball intended for Taliai Molifua.
I know no penalty was called, but I definitely think, but since no penalty was called, great defense there, just to be able to knock it. Molifua is a big dude. He's really tall, he's really lanky, so he can get up there and make those catches look real easy.
Molifua 6'3", 175, only a junior in this one. Had a nice game last week against Hillcrest, especially late. Here goes Giannini the third once again up the middle. And he will get the first down.
Yeah, they're running Giannini a little bit more than usual. But you got to love that. They trust both of their quarterbacks to be able to run this offense. So why change anything up for him? And they're also replacing offensive linemen, too.
Good first down run from Giannini.
I like the shot that they did for Malfu. I want to see another one. Give the kid another big target.
6-yard gain for Giannini on that run up the middle. They do a good job of blocking for both Giannini and Thomas. Giannini's got trips to the left. It's going to be a screen play to the outside. This is Rivera with the ball, trying to make a couple guys miss, tackle out of bounds. Another good first down play from Skyline.
Yeah, just another screen pass to the left-hand side. Skyline's really good at running those screen passes. They're really good at having their wide receivers block. I know a couple years ago, the San Francisco 49ers were always told that if you're going to play wide receiver for the 49ers, you're going to better be able to block down the field. And it's the same thing for this Skyline offense. It seems like they're block first, catch second type of feeling sometimes, but a really good job there just from be able to pick up 10 yards on that play.
Good reception from Rivera, 10+ yards. Here's a run up the middle, carrying Idaho Falls players with him, and now the push. And the rugby scrum eventually is blown dead.
What do you think about that rugby scrum? Should they keep it in? Should they let the players push forward?
I kind of like it personally, but I also like rugby. I don't mind it. You know, of course, if it's not going anywhere, then you
Yes.
blow the whistle. But sometimes the officials call it too early when there is more opportunity to get more push.
Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, no, I love the rugby scrum. I really do. If they're going forward, let the big guys push. You know, they don't get to carry the ball a lot. That's basically the offensive lineman carrying the ball right there. So let them do it.
Right.
I don't mind it. I know there's always a big stuff going on right now with pushing, especially with the tush push.
Definitely. Ojeda with that run. Here is Cruz once again with the run. And Cruz will get in for 6. Another touchdown for Skyline behind a 6-yard run from Mr. Caden Cruz.
Ojeda there, Cruz. That's his second touchdown, if I remember correctly. And be able to celebrate that. Really good job there.
So far, 4 touchdowns for Skyline in this first half, all rushing touchdowns. Ojeda, Cruz, Crockett, and Cruz with 3:08 to play in the first quarter. PAT pending from Antrim, and that one is good from Santino.
Was this what you were expecting in the first quarter?
I was expecting Skyline to rattle off a couple scores, but not 28, Josh.
I wasn't expecting that one either, especially in the time that they have done it. We are still in the first quarter, I promise. I am keeping up on the score bug, but man, this has been an offensive dream for the Skyline team, and a defensive dream too.
And they've mixed it up, even though Cruz already has 2 touchdowns. You have Ojeda with 1, Crockett with 1, and then as they've been moving towards that end zone, they've gotten a lot of guys involved. Check out our expanded list of regional prepcasts. Our resident experts talk about what's going on in the part of the state you live in. Be sure to catch the new regional prepcasts each week on IdahoSports.com or by downloading the new episodes wherever you get your podcasts. You can also watch each episode on the IdahoSports.com YouTube channel. East Idaho, Magic Valley, North Idaho, prepcasts, and the 8-man prepcast, and then the Mat Chat. We always have a good time chatting, talking about the biggest news from throughout East Idaho for high school sports, and it's a good time to celebrate those kids a little bit more besides the broadcast that we bring you week in and week out. Check out those prepcasts on IdahoSports.com. Kickoff return really goes nowhere for Idaho Falls. They'll get a little bit forward progress, and they'll start at about the 22-yard and 23-yard line to start this offensive possession.
Yeah, you can go on to Idaho Sports and be able to see all the scores. You see a lot of scores that you don't see often. Last week we saw 102-0, I think it was. I'm not going to say the teams, but you don't see that too often. Yes, it was 8-man football, but man, you don't see that too often in high school, and it's exciting to see all the scores all around the state.
Well, and that high score in 8-man football is an absolute blast. I didn't know it existed coming from California until I started broadcasting for Idaho Sports. And let me tell you, 8-man football is an absolute blast to broadcast. Lots of touchdowns. But, man, if you get that 1 or 2 defensive stop, that could be the difference in the game.
I'm the same way. I didn't know that it really existed either until I moved here from South Carolina. So, yeah, I understand what you come from. And it is so exciting.
Handoff up the middle goes nowhere. This Skyline defensive line may not be big like we've seen, like with Madison or with Rigby, with Hillcrest here in East Idaho, but they are tenacious. They are scrappy on that defensive line, Josh.
Yeah, and in that game with Madison has that big offensive line, those big boys. They were able to move them around. I don't know what they were saying, what they were doing. They were definitely getting in their head, and they were able to move anybody around on that offensive line. They're stronger than they look. They're bigger than they look, and Idaho Falls is going to have a handful tonight.
Thompson under center when this wing T offense. Wing T with a mix of spread. Thompson hands it off, but the mesh point gets a little messy, and that's going to be a loss of about 4 yards for the Tigers. 3rd and long for Idaho Falls, and really can't get anything going.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy because Thompson, he just he ran into himself and ran into the running back and made a loss of 4. A lot of confusion there, and that's the last thing that can happen in a wing T offense.
With 1:41 to play in the first quarter, it's 3rd and 15, ball on the 17-yard line for the Tigers. Thompson now in the shotgun. He'll roll to the far side, continue to roll, looking for some room. Throws it, and that ball is incomplete, just missing. Number 88 for Idaho Falls, the big tight end, Talmadge Stevens. One of the captains for this team, one of the few seniors on this team. Unfortunately, falls incomplete, but good route from Stevens to help his quarterback and try to get open.
Yeah, it was Thompson had to throw back across his body. You always hear quarterbacks never do that, but Thompson at least gave a target to his quarterback, but just an underthrown, a little bit low as well.
Back to receive the punt is Taylor. Taylor for Skyline, just inside the 50. And it's a low punt, but Taylor fields it, and he has some breathing room. It's going to be a pitch. That's Crockett now with the speed. He's on the sideline, gets past the 20, 15, 10, 5, a great block, touchdown. Zion Crockett off the punt return.
Are you kidding me? They had a pitch back to Zion Crockett for the touchdown on a punt return. Yeah, I'm going to put this replay up. You can see where the pitch happened here.
Block also. He owes a couple of those guys milkshakes after this one. Brings the score to 34-0. PAT pending.
Oh, my goodness.
And that was just about a 50-yard punt return for the touchdown. Santino Antrim, kick is up, and kick is no good, wide left. A couple of those kicks have gone a little bit left. That one goes past the left. And no good for the kick. So the score remains 30. I think it should be 34-0.
Yeah.
That PAT was no good. Well, yeah, there you go. Okay, I was always double checking with the scoreboard, making sure that we're all accurate here. And indeed, 34-0, 109 to play in the first quarter.
Do you have what it takes to be a power booster for your school on IdahoSports.com? Show your devotion to your school and advertise your business at the same time by becoming a power booster. You get a large, clickable display banner on every team page for your school and a clickable link with your business name on every broadcast. We do for your school during the regular season and state tournaments. Power boosters are a great way for you and your business to be seen by tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of current and potential clients and customers. And the best part, it's 100% tax deductible.
So after a Zion Crockett, we're gonna call it 50-yard punt return for a touchdown. The score is 34-0. And, I failed to mention that this Skyline team, after they get some good tackling on that kickoff return, ball goes to the 21-yard line. Zion Crockett owing some of those guys a drink, maybe a drink from Java Express, one of our power boosters for both Idaho Falls and Skyline. So maybe not a milkshake tonight, maybe a little, a little nice,
boost.
Nice little tiger, maybe not tiger orange, but Skyline's blue drink. It's got some cream, maybe some
blue raspberry.
Blue raspberry.
Yeah.
That's right.
I just found out. I'm 30 years old. I just found out blue raspberry is not real. It bursted my bubble. It's kind of like finding.
That hurts me right there. Hurts me to the core.
It's like finding that big red man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's a sad moment.
Raspberries are delicious, but you make them blue, even better, right?
Yes.
And the pass is knocked down from Thompson. And that ball goes incomplete. 2nd and 10. Ball in the 22 for Idaho Falls. Thompson's had a couple completed passes. 1 for 5, 1 for 3, but since then, he's had 6 incompletions. Just under a minute to play in the first quarter, 34-0 Skyline, dominating so far this Emotion Bowl, thanks to some favorable field position most of this quarter. Here's a throw on the slant. He catches it, but immediately hit hard by Skyline. That throw is completed to number 16, Spencer.
Yeah, just comes out. Really good hit there.
And these backers do a good job of hiding themselves. Sometimes they will go in on pressure, and sometimes they'll leak out. And Skyline's defense always showing something different from those linebackers. Well coached on the defensive front. 3rd and 5, ball on the 27, less than 10 seconds to play before the second quarter. Thompson throws it to a wide open man in the middle, and he's got some green grass, turf I should say, across the 50, 40, 30, he's got the speed, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Idaho Falls. They strike with 0 on the clock.
As they're letting off balloons in the air over there.
Extra point pending after the Idaho Falls Tigers.
Oh, it's blocked.
And the ball is blocked. But they got the touchdown thanks to a good route cutting across the middle was Kenyon Spencer, and Spencer was off to the races.
Yeah.
Good speed from the sophomore.
Yeah, speaking of
3rd and long once again for Spencer.
Yeah, it was another rollout for Thompson, another throw across his body, but it worked out this time. And Skyline had no one on this near side of the field to be able to stop them. And you saw the speed.
So we're going to call it a 75-yard catch for Spencer. The extra point is no good. But with zeros on the clock, we go into the second quarter with the score of 34-6. Both teams missing an extra point. But IF is on the board. No shutout tonight.
That's right, no shutout. And on the board with a statement, too. A very beautiful touchdown.
So finally, some positive news from IF. A great play. We were close on 75. I think it was 73 yards.
Oh.
And so Crockett will take it off the pooch kick and gets almost to the 50-yard line, across the 45. Assuming that wasn't Crockett, that was number 3, John Garcia. He was running like Crockett. Similar gait those two have. Good return by Garcia, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Skyline with only 7 seconds ticked off in this second quarter. So,
Yeah.
Josh, what do we see there on that play, that 73-yard touchdown catch from Spencer? How is he so wide open?
I think it was just because it was an all-out blitz by Skyline, and Idaho Falls just had the perfect play design to be able to roll out right, and Thompson to find Spencer in the middle of the field in a broken tackle, and you're off to the races. As I think there's a timeout for Idaho Falls.
Timeout, Idaho Falls. We'll take a quick break as well. Recognize some sponsors. You're watching the Emotion Bowl, East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through 2 strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
Welcome back to Rafston Stadium. Skyline leads the game 34-6 in this Emotion Bowl. Up the middle of the left side, here's Crockett. He's got speed, pushed out of bounds. Good effort there from Vicente Lizana, but it's a first down run from Zion Crockett.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful hands-off. Through for that big pickup.
We're going to call it a 20-yard 20-yard rush, excuse me, not touchdown. Getting ahead of myself there, Josh. 20-yard first down run from Crockett. Here's a screen pass out to Malifua.
Yeah, it's really the first time that one of the wide receivers got blown up by a corner. And just a really good job there by that corner. I believe it was number 24 of Idaho Falls.
That was a 1-yard gain for Malifua.
I love saying that, Malifua.
Yeah, it's a great name.
It's a great name, great last name.
Taleai Malifua. Now Thompson in the game. Thompson will take it himself. He's hit hard. Upper body. But he's able to get about 5 yards on the carry.
Yeah, Cooper, he loves to pull the ball. You'll see John really get a designed quarterback runs, but Cooper, he'll take the read option and keep it himself. He loves to search out contact. You can see it while he plays a lot.
So it's 3rd and 6, so it's actually a 3-yard rush from Thomas. Gave him a little bit more. Always trying to keep it, optimistic.
I like you as a stat guy.
Thomas switches the field. That's a nice play from the Brett Taylor, the offensive coordinator. That's a first down throw to number 87, Dax Klinger, the tall 6'4" tight end.
Yeah, but a really good tackle. And be able to hold it to just a first down. Or excuse me, hold it to a 4th and 2.
Okay, so it was just a 2-yard catch. Thought it was more there. Again, I'm giving too much.
Like I said, I love you as a stat guy. I wish I played when you were up here, huh?
always an extra yard, Josh. 1 or 2 more yards, it'll look good. He was reaching, right?
That's right.
4th and 3, ball in the 26. Skyline going for it on 4th and short. It's going to be a handoff to Crockett. Crockett up the middle, almost untouched. 10-5 touchdown. Crockett does it again.
Yeah, Zion Crockett, he got the handoff and was able to blast up the middle for a touchdown. Let me throw that replay up for you guys, and you'll be able to see Zion in the corners in.
We got an injured Idaho Falls player on the field on that play. Number 54, Carter Smith, the junior. So we'll take an injury timeout, and we'll take quick timeout as well.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
All right, welcome back to Rafston Stadium, home of Idaho Falls and Skyline. But tonight it's all Skyline besides a touchdown, from Idaho Falls. Extra point is up and good from Antrim.
A little bit low. A little bit scary,
low,
but he got it.
But he got the 7. He got the 1, making it 7.
He's scoring points tonight.
41-6. Skyline leading the Idaho Falls Tigers in this Emotion Bowl. You know, we were looking at some stats as we're preparing for this game, and the largest margin of victory. Guess how much, Josh?
Okay, here we go. I'm going to go.
And it's happened twice.
The first number that pops
This
in
is
my
our
head.
trivia. We should have an email ready
We
to
should.
go. Editor at IdahoSports.com.
We should.
Little trivia game here. The largest margin of victory
62.
in this game.
62. That's the first number that came to my head.
It's a little bit less, 47,
Oh, okay.
47
All right.
points. And Skyline did it twice, 2024 last year and 1974.
You got stats all the way back to 1974?
47 points.
Ooh.
You know, it's all about the preparation,
That's
Josh.
right, that is.
It's all about getting the right stat guy and making sure he's always running with the stats. Right, Dallas? Always running the stats.
Oh, man,
Bringing
I
us
love
the goods, bringing us the gifts.
That is awesome.
So
47.
47 is the largest margin of victory in this rivalry. Of course, this is the 60th edition of the Emotion Bowl, and that's also a little bit disputed because a couple times it was counted like they played in the playoffs a couple of years ago, and so people weren't quite sure, is it 60, is it 59, is it 61? But we're calling it 60 as this game has been played since 1966, before a little bit before your time, well before my time.
Just a little bit.
We all know who's older in this one.
Dallas, you're the oldest in the room here.
Dallas wearing the Clemson jersey, wearing the Clemson, or not jersey, the Clemson colors.
Yeah,
Clemson
that's
Tigers.
right. Yeah,
as
that's
his
right.
dad hails from South Carolina.
Yeah, we can't bring up Clemson too much around here, though.
It's all right.
You know, I
We're
joke
all
with-
lovers here, man.
We are
No
all
haters.
lovers sometimes.
Well, the other orange team, we can also maybe not talk about them too much in this one because they are down right now. As we have a high throw,
Oh,
and
wow.
it's caught. Great caught to the near side. Great catch, by Griffin Pearson. That's a 19-yard throw from Thomas.
Yeah, watch this replay here. Just a great all-around play there from Idaho Falls. Thomas right now is their only weapon, really.
Good throw from Thomas to number 12, Pearson.
Oh, did I say Thompson? I
That's
meant
okay.
Peterson. Sorry, excuse me.
We're in mid-season form here.
We
Here
are.
on IdahoSports.com. Here's a run to the near side. Good tackle out of bounds and gets almost to the 50-yard line. Good run there from number 28, Jack Harris, the junior.
Yeah, great run. Probably the best run of the night, if you got to be honest here, as it turned into a first down. Really good job. We're a really good throw there to make it 1st and 10.
So this might be the best drive of the game so far in terms of overall. Of course, the last drive ended in a touchdown. Here's a throw to the near side. Once again, brought down. Good stuff by Pearson, and that's another first down.
Oh my gosh. Wait till you see this catch. This is when the guys, the young kids, start tapping their helmets. Look at this catch that you see over there.
That's about an 19-yard catch from Spencer. And Thompson and Spencer are feeling it right now.
They are. You might as well keep going to it. They're singling out Spencer. They might have to think about bringing a safety over.
Well, and Spencer has the size on the DB, and they do bring a safety over on this one. A little Kansas City toss in the middle. Goes for a loss of 1. 2nd and 11, ball on the 33-yard line. Just about 3 minutes and 30 seconds ticked off in this second quarter.
Yeah, a lot of teams are running that play nowadays. As Kansas City, as you brought up, they've made that real famous with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. But, you know, those two guys aren't on the field right now, so different outcomes are going to happen for a lot of these teams. That's confusion on the front line for Skyline.
Thompson fires and gets it completed as he shakes a tackler. He's tackled out of bounds, big tackle, and this was to the big number 88 Talmadge Stevens.
Stevens, I don't know how he made that one guy miss, but a good control of his feet, good control of his body to be able to make the man miss and scoot upfield for a first down. You are right, this is all around the best drive, not even close. This is the best drive for Idaho Falls. They have that one big play to make their touchdown, but this drive overall has looked impressive.
Yeah, Stevens with the 10-yard first down catch. Good stuff from Thompson. Thompson rolls to the far side looking for air, but he's going to be tackled, sacked in the backfield. Big defense of play by the Skyline Grizzlies.
Yeah, it was a really good pursuit from the backside there. And he was able to get Thompson in the backfield.
Sawyer Davis on the tackle on that play from Skyline. I feel like we've been hearing Sawyer Davis's name for a long time from this Grizzlies defense.
Yeah, is he, what, sixth-year senior? Is that a thing in high school?
It seems like it. Thompson, Skyline brings the pressure. Thompson trying to shake it and throws it, but it's intercepted off the throw, and he is off to the races. Will he be caught? 20, 10, the big fella trying to get in. He can't. He's tackled at about the 1-yard line. Jonathan Serrano runs him down. Liam Lynch on the interception.
Oh, my. That is such an unfortunate event. Thompson was trying to just do too much. As you can see, I got the back end of this replay here. Thompson catch him and make him fight for this touchdown, but
and
oh my goodness.
Liam Lynch has some speed. He's played a lot of running back for Skyline the last few years, but the last few games really dedicated to the linebacker spot. Great hands from Liam Lynch. And here's the 2-point conversion, and he's tackled in the backfield. It's going to be no 2-point conversion.
No,
I'm sorry, it wasn't a touchdown. It's going to be a loss of a few yards on that first down carry, 1st and goal for Skyline. And that running attempt was from Liam Lynch. They're trying to, help Liam Lynch after that long fumble interception return.
I don't know about you, but I lost about 2 pounds watching that return. That's a lot of yards he just ran back, and he got the ball first time. Gotta love that.
Yeah, I like rewarding Liam Lynch, but he may have been a little tired on that one, right? His legs may have been burning. That's why you run those hills here in Idaho Falls, right?
Exactly.
So 2nd and goal on the 4-yard line after the loss of a couple.
Look at this lineup.
They're going jumbo. And they go handoff first level. Can he get in? No, he's still going to be short. Despite the jumbo package, it was an attempt from, I want to say that was, couldn't see if that was Gage Searle on the run. One of the captains, and usually a defensive back, but they wanted to use that 5'10", 170 frame to get him in, but they couldn't quite do it. Here's the second attempt, same lineup this time. This time they go second, and that's when 4-6. That's a touchdown, number 9 for Skyline. Sawyer Davis.
Sawyer Davis was able to, he was the second guy lined up behind Cooper. As I'm going to throw this replay up here, you can see.
In that jumbo package, the first time they go to that first backer, and the second time they go to the second backer to add a little extra blocker up the middle.
Third time they would have gone to Zion all the way in the back.
Right.
15 yards
and
behind the quarterback.
Zion outside for sure. So Davis with the 4-yard run, and they're going to go for just one here. Now that the score is 47-6. The lefty kicks it up and kicks it good for Santino Antrim and the Grizz. Another 7 points. That brings our score to 48-6. With 5:10 to play in the second quarter. Let's take a quick break, recognize some sponsors, and be right back. You're watching East Idaho Game Night, the Emotion Bowl on IdahoSports.com.
I love Lookout's campus branch. The vibe and the service. But with digital banking, it all comes to me. My customizable dashboard provides all my information. Accounts, cards.
Anything else?
I'm good. Bill pay, even my credit score. Gotta go. I mean, you gotta go download this app and upload convenience today. I love
Welcome back to East Idaho Game Night, the Emotion Bowl on IdahoSports.com. Skyline leading 48-6. That score is accurate with 5:10 to play in the second quarter. Been mostly Skyline, 99.9% Skyline, except for a long touchdown run, catch from Mr. Spencer, Kenyon Spencer, that is, the sophomore. It was a 73-yard touchdown catch for a touchdown. Just trying to help his quarterback out, a quick slant, and he was off to the races in that soft zone coverage and the blitz, the all-out blitz that Skyline put on. And that's been the only touchdown. The extra point was blocked for the Idaho Falls Tigers. 48-6, 5:10 to play before halftime. So, Thompson in the shotgun. He has a little play action, pass outside to number 12, Griffin Pearson. And that's been again, a good connection between Thompson and Pearson. He gets 6 on the play.
Last time this Idaho Falls team had a really good drive. I think we jinxed them a little bit as they threw the interception, but they proved that they can move the ball on this Skyline defense. And we got it one step at a time. If you want to have any sort of chance, there's still a percentage in this game. It might be low, but there's still a percentage that they could come back. And if you want any chance, you got to do it now.
Here goes a run to the near side. He trips, but he's able to collect himself. That's Jonathan Sereno. He might lose a yard there. And Coach Joe Parker needed a lot from his junior running back in this game. And Sereno really hasn't been able to get going so far. We got an Idaho Falls player down on that play. And it looks like it is Sereno. The trainers come out. We'll take a quick break for the injury timeout and be right back. You're watching the Emotion Bowl on IdahoSports.com.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
So after the injury timeout, it's 3rd and 2 on the 28-yard line for IF after the pass completed to Pearson. Thompson looking for a throw. He finds it in the middle. That's the big tight end once again. Talmadge Stevens gets past the 40. And that's a good catch and run from Stevens.
Yeah, Stevens, they've done this a couple times tonight. Just a rollout to his right. You know, move the ball forward for this Idaho Falls team.
Yeah, 15-yard reception from Stevens. Stevens continues to be in the right place. Both he, Pearson, Spencer, all three of those receivers having a good game. Haven't heard much from Richardson. Skyline definitely has their best DB on Richardson. Thompson looking for something. He finds it. It's a crazy play, but he's open. It's a pitch and catch all the way to the 40-yard line by number 28, Jack Harris.
It was a beautiful play there, as there's going to be a timeout here for Skyline. But yeah, beautiful play there for Jack, just to catch the ball. First off, a beautiful catch, and then the finish the run.
And that's about a 20-yard gain for Harris off the pitch and catch. And a timeout called. And we'll remind you that if you're interested in joining the team here at IdahoSports.com, we're always looking for talented people that want to get involved in what we do. We got sales, producers, camera operators, writers, photographers, even broadcasters. So email editor@IdahoSports.com. That's editor@IdahoSports.com to find out more how you can join the Idaho Sports team. And we do a lot more than just broadcasting. Check back to the website on IdahoSports.com for updated scores, schedules, standings, polls, action photo galleries, and written content from every corner of the state. And there are a few corners in this state, Josh.
Yeah. Yeah, there are just a few. Just a few.
At least 4. Here's a run to the near side by Thompson, and it's a screen play to the opposite side. And Skyline bit. Here's Talmadge. Gets to the outside. And it's another good offensive play from Idaho Falls.
Yeah, just a really good, beautiful design there. They've rolled out right every single time tonight for Idaho Falls. But this time they roll out right and throw all the way back across the field. Now, that's very dangerous if you're Idaho Falls. But it worked out for them to pick up about 20, 25 yards. As they keep this ball moving, clock rolling now, 3 minutes, 35 seconds.
Would have loved to get a touchdown before half, as Skyline will receive the ball in the second half. Here's a run up the middle, shoestring tackle. And that's Sereno who goes for a short game. Sereno, good to see him back in the ball game.
Yeah, coming off of that injury, just kind of looked like he got his breath knocked out of him, but he's back in.
So it's a 1-yard gain for Sereno. And Thompson's been leading this offense. You know, the ball doesn't come out super clean, it seems, but the ball's getting to his receivers. Thompson to the near side, throws to the near side. That ball is completed, avoiding tackles. And good pitch and catch by Richardson.
Yeah, really beautiful job there to be able to get that play. You see him roll out to him.
So that's a 12-yard gain, 12-yard completion from Thompson to Richardson. And that's a first down for Idaho Falls. Moving this ball well. They're down 42 with under 3 minutes to play.
Oh.
Thompson tries to throw it over the defensive line, but it's tipped. Great defense there from number 55 of Skyline.
Got to be careful. He already threw an interception to one of their defensive linemen, but doesn't want to have another one.
That was J.J. Anderson on the defensive line, and not as fast as Liam Lynch. However, still almost a terrible situation after a really promising drive. But luckily, ball falls incomplete. 2nd and 10, 2:53 to play before half. Ball on the 12-yard line for Idaho Falls. Talmadge Stevens in that slot position. Watch him. Thomas surveys the defense. He'll throw it to the far side over the shoulder. Almost a one-handed grab, but incomplete. 3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
Tell you what, though, that was a beautiful throw just to give his guy a chance to catch that ball. Yes, you would need a miraculous catch, but just a really good job and a really good throw there. But It's definitely one you hold into your back pocket. You never know when that play is going to work for you.
Thompson's thrown about 13 completions in this game so far. 6 incompletions. So 13 for 19 total. Not a bad night so far for Thompson. Thompson in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Serrano. Serrano will maybe get a yard on that 3rd and long. We'll bring up 4th. So yeah, 4th and 9, ball on the 11-yard line. And I think if I'm Idaho Falls with 20:26 to play, I'm going for it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
When you're down 48-6.
Yeah, 100% here. You got to go for this. But what do you call, though? What do you call? They've rolled out right a lot. Maybe we go see another roll out right, throw back left. We'll see.
Yep,
but
I'm liking it. Yeah, roll to the near side and throw across the middle, which is a dangerous pass. But he rolls to the middle. He'll take it himself. Thompson's looking for space, and he's tackled. It's a big 4th down stop by Skyline, specifically number 22.
Yeah, Thompson, he's going to look back at this film, and he sees if he kept throwing or running to his left, he had blockers, actually. He moved into the right side of the field where no one was able to block for him, and he was down at the 5-yard line. Really good job there from Skyline to hold.
Good tackle there from Gage Searle. And that's a turnover on downs from Skyline. And Idaho Falls will take over, will now be on defense. We'll see if Skyline can score with under 2 minutes to play.
Well,
you know, NFL has a 2-minute warning. College has 2-minute timeout. High school will have the 2-minute break.
Yeah.
The 2-minute rest.
Sure. I like that.
It was funny in that first season last year in college football. A couple of them called it the 2-minute timeout, and there was a swift change. And college wanted to make sure, no, it's called the 2-minute. It's called the 2-minute timeout, not the 2-minute warning. Here's a long throw to the left side. That ball falls incomplete. No flag there. Good attempt, but better defense from the Tigers secondary.
Yeah, that was a great defense. I don't think a flag was warranted there. They both have an opportunity at the ball, and so great job by the cornerbacks to look up and try to find that ball.
That was Griffin Pearson in the secondary. Keep that ball away from Skyline's receivers.
This is a dangerous part of the field, too, because this is where their screen plays can run into effect. When you get a guy, especially on that far side of the field, that length of the field, you get Zion out that way, throw him a little screen pass, you never know what's going to happen, especially if there's no safety over the top of that way. Got to be careful.
Griffin Pearson is that safety in the secondary. Here's a quarterback sneak through the middle. And it's a gain of 8 yards for Skyline.
I really like the play call there. They weren't expecting it, and picked up that 8 yards to make it a manageable 3rd and 2.
So an 8-yard gain from Giannini. Giannini rolled to the right, his far side, and that ball is tipped. Good active hands from the Tigers. It'll bring up, I believe that's 4th down, 4th and 2 for Skyline. So Idaho Falls gets a stop here. Oh, they're going to go for it.
It's a rivalry game. You go for this.
All right, 1:15 to play, and you know what?
Oh, come on. Oh, they're not going to do it.
I mean, Zion Crockett, he is their punter, so
That's
he
true.
has the option.
In the Madison game, they did fake a punt.
He has the option to take that fake like Josh was saying or punt it away. And we'll see what they decide here. 4th and 2, ball on the 13-yard line, 1:15 to play before half. Crockett will kick it away. Kind of a knuckleball, end over end as it hits the turf. And good punt there from Crockett, and it'll roll to the 33-yard line. Good punt from Zion Crockett.
That's a great punt there. Really good job. Really good. You can see the band starting to warm up. You can hear them. I hope we get an old-fashioned drum line off. You know the movie Drumline?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, why not? Get that rivalry going. I'd love to watch that.
Always impressed with the bands across Idaho. We get to see a lot of bands during the playoffs and then during basketball season.
Oh, yeah.
And honestly, the better bands tend to have the better teams. I'm just saying.
Skyline has a great pet band.
Here's a throw to the outside, trying to get to the out-of-bounds line, and that's a good attempt and executes. Good play there from Thompson to Stevens. Stevens been a favorite target for Thompson in this second quarter. And that's an 8-yard gain.
How many receptions
from Thompson to Stevens? He's got at least 4.
Wow. All in the second quarter, too.
Thompson, quick drop. He'll run up the middle. He throws it, and that's a dangerous throw, some miscommunication.
Thompson, he almost made a beautiful play. Not to cross the line of scrimmage as he throws that ball, but just a little overthrown and into a dangerous area of the field. So he's lucky to be able to have this ball back.
I thought he was going to take off. I thought he had some turf in front of him, but decides to throw it to Talmadge Stevens. Goes incomplete. Third, and we're going to call it a long one. Ball on the 42-yard line, 51 seconds before half. Thompson rolls to the near side. He throws across the middle. That ball is incomplete. There's going to be a flag. Yes, there will be. Player on his back. That was number 24, getting there a little bit too early, Josh.
Yeah, definitely warranted there, as he was basically covered by a blanket on the coverage. It just wrapped him up before the ball even got there. So great call by the refs. Easy call by the refs, too.
Yeah. And that was called against number 24. But even though I have a current roster, no 24 on here.
Oh, it's the new guy. He just transferred in. NIL.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Paying him a couple bucks, a couple tacos.
Couple
for
Java drinks.
That's right. 47 seconds before half. Thompson scrambles. That's the ball is thrown. Interception. Might be the easiest interception of Santino Antrim's career. And Thompson was trying to find something.
Of his career, but boy, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, especially now you're at 38 seconds, and Skyline, the way this offense runs, they can easily score in 38 seconds.
So with 38, like Josh said, 38 before half, it's 48-6. Ball on the 30-yard line. We'll see what Skyline draws up as they have 5 wide. Empty backfield for Giannini. Throw to the far side. And he's steps out of bounds after a gain of a couple. Stops the clock, so Skyline definitely trying something here as they still have 2 timeouts left. Not interested in kneeling it, Josh. Go ahead.
And that's exactly the point. They have 2 timeouts, stop the clock here, so why not? Get the crowd a little bit more excited. Even more excited, excuse me. Going to halftime.
So John Giannini III, the 6'2", 170 junior, and they bring Crockett to the near side. He spins out of a tackle. They're hanging onto his jersey, and he runs through a bevy of tacklers, finally brought down at the 45-yard line, and a timeout, quick timeout called. Just a timeout to move the chains for Skyline. I thought it was a timeout called by the Skyline coach, and it is. Skyline calls their second timeout of the half. They have 1 more left after that Zion Crockett run to the near side. And Josh, you called that.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to give get a chance. Give your
Let's
soccer
do it.
player, he can boot it. You know he can. Maybe the accuracy is a little bit of an off chance. I'd love to see him get a kick here. You're at the 55-yard line of Idaho Falls. This is the 45-yard line of Idaho Falls. So a couple more plays, a couple more screen passes. Chance.
It was about a 10-yard gain for Crockett on the first down. Crockett's got 6 carries, and 4 of them have been for first downs. 2 of them have been for touchdowns. 21-yard touchdown and a 26-yard touchdown for Crockett. Here comes this offensive line, the big fellas lining up to meet the Idaho Falls Tigers defensive line, which is undersized. You know, coach admits that. Coach Joe Parker in his first year, but got a good thing going with this program for sure, as he's trying to build momentum in this first year. Naked, empty backfield, Giannini goes long, that ball hangs high, there are players there, and that ball is incomplete, almost intercepted by Idaho Falls. 2nd and 10 with 16 seconds before half.
Yeah, I really thought that was going to be intercepted. Really high ball, but really good job from John just to get it down that far. It took off 8 seconds on that play.
And that was Jaron Hoskins, the junior, on the interception attempt. Giannini once again in the backfield. He's got trips at the bottom of your screen. One receiver at the top. Crockett goes in motion to make 4, and this is going to be a screen pass for sure to Molifua, who gets a short gain but gets out of bounds quickly. 13 seconds before half.
Third and 9 here. 13 seconds left. Probably going to be a screen pass maybe. I think 13 seconds. I know I played during on the Mass team. They just had they put 4 receivers to the right and then Zion Crockett was the only person to the right. And they just hit the lead.
They bring in Dax Klinger and they sub out John Garcia on this play. Klinger puts his hand down. You wonder if he'll leak out. Giannini rolls out, rolls back, and throws pass intended for number 12, Caden Cruz, who got hit as he was coming out of his break. And that takes about 10 seconds off the clock, 8 seconds before half.
I really like the play design though. They fit all 4 receivers down the field, and then they had Garcia come out with a wheel route, so basically a one-on-one with the linebacker. Really good job there from the linebacker.
So I like Skyline trying a few things on offense. This is a good trial of your 2-minute offense, Josh.
And I was just thinking, Sean Balgini talking to me, this might be a trick play. You might see this not going
Giannini 3-step drop. He feels some pressure. He throws high. That ball hangs high. And it is. Is the ball intercepted? I don't know what the call is.
They're not intercepted.
Okay, clock runs 0, no interception, ball falls incomplete. That'll do it for this half. For the first half, 48-6, the Grizz lead the Tigers in the 60th Emotion Bowl. We'll be back for some stats and storylines and some scores around Idaho. You're watching the Emotion Bowl on East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
We're Valleywide Cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Once again, we have contributed to your Ideal College Savings Program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Ideal. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. I love it.
College costs money.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Ideal. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. I love it.
College costs money.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
At Valley-wide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valley-wide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Ideal. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you. I love it.
College costs money.
Welcome back to Ravston Stadium here on IdahoSports.com for the 60th Emotion Bowl. Skyline Grizzlies leading the Idaho Falls Tigers by a score 48-6. Let's go through the scoring recaps as we see some highlights. The first 5 touchdowns were scored by Skyline, bringing the score 28-0, and then 34-0, and then finally IF gets on the board with a touchdown, a long 73-yard touchdown catch from Thompson to Spencer, bringing the score, giving them 6. That was the last score at the quarter break, and then 2 more scores by Skyline gives us 48-6. Let's look at some of these highlights, Josh. What do we see there?
Yeah, so I was able to get a couple of these. So
Crockett with 3 touchdowns, Davis with a touchdown, Cruz with a pair of touchdowns. Ojeda was the first touchdown scorer of the game. And of course, Kenyon Spencer, the lone touchdown for Idaho Falls. That was that 73-yard touchdown catch throw from Thompson across the middle to Spencer, and he was off to the races, but brings us to our score of 48-6. A lot of Idaho Falls needs to make a lot of hay in this second half. Don't know if they'll do it with the way they've been playing, but that second quarter was a lot more promising. One of their best drive of the game came kind of midway through that second quarter. Good passing from Thompson. Unfortunately, it got stalled there after an interception thrown by Thompson, but they were moving really well midway through that second quarter. So more of that from Thompson to IF should get them on the board, and may not win this game, but at least keep it respectable. You know, as there's been 4 shutouts by each team, 8 shutouts total in this series, 4 by each team. Of course, Skyline fans were hoping for a shutout in this one, but not to be. Let's go through some scores throughout Idaho. In high school, we got a 7-0 Westside over Declo at the half. And of course, if you go to the IdahoSports.com page, you can go to the Friday Night Flash, and that'll give you your scores, including that 7-0 lead so far by Westside over Declo at Westside. Let's hit some of the schools here in East Idaho. Madison leading Thunder Ridge 27 at the half. This is 6-8. Highland leading Pocatello 12-7 in the third quarter.
Wow.
That's a big rivalry, the Black and Blue Bowl on IdahoSports.com. You can check over there if you like during this halftime show, but you should really listen to this show because, you know, we give you all the good stuff.
I got highlights.
And we got highlights coming up soon. Blackfoot leading Bonneville 24-8. Well, we've had highlights, and we might have some more highlights coming up soon. 24-8, Blackfoot leading Bonneville in the second quarter. And looking for one more. Yeah, Shelley tied with Hillcrest 14-14 in the second quarter. Did you expect that, Josh?
No, not at all. Over Hillcrest? Did you say that?
They're tied right now, 14-14 in the second quarter.
Oh, my God.
If that score is accurate. I believe it is here on the Friday Night Flash. Of course it is here on IdahoSports.com. American Falls, South Fremont, no score there, unfortunately. We'll wait to get that. Rich, Utah leading Bear Lake 21-7 in the third. Teton leading Snake River at half 20-14. And that is 4A football. And let's get that back down to 3A. Ryrie leading Firth 32-6. Ryrie looking for their 5th straight win of the season, trying to go 5-0. North Fremont and Salmon tied 18-18 at half. That's a big game in North Fremont, as you have the former coach of North Fremont now at Salmon, and the assistant coach in North Fremont is now the head coach at North Fremont. So big game there between those two schools. And then Soda Springs just down by 1 at the half. Malad 7, Soda Springs 6. And now we have an updated score for Westside, 20-0 in the fourth quarter over Declo. And now we get to some two-way football. Adrian out of Oregon leading Grace 38-8. That could be Grace's first loss of the season if the score remains as such. Butte County leading Shoshone 2014. And those are all our East Idaho scores from 2A. Let's go down to 1A. And Rockland defeated Water Springs by a ton, 68-8, a 60-point victory for Rockland.
Wow.
We already gave you Butte County Shoshone. Chalice leading Mackey 16-6. And that's all from East Idaho. You know, we have a great opportunity here going on here tonight for the Teton Toyota car raffle, Josh. And, you know, it's a great thing that the Toyota Prius is going to be valued at about $30,000. It's a 2025 Toyota Prius. And it's going to be auctioned off. And, you know, $10 to participate. 100% of the money goes to the selling club, and the taxes and fees of the winner are completely covered by Teton Auto Group. And so good opportunity to pay into the program. All the programs, it could be any clubs, programs, sports teams.
You say $10?
$10, man.
Hey, that's a chance.
All it takes is $10.
That's a chance.
All the money goes to the selling club, and the taxes and fees again are all covered by Teton. And the winner gets a 2025 Toyota Prius. And you might think, why do I want a Toyota Prius here in East Idaho? All it takes is good tires, man.
Yep.
And you can drive whatever you want. Valid at $30,000. So want to thank Teton Toyota Group, Teton Auto Group for making this happen. And last year, man, East Idaho students in sports, clubs, and programs raised over $160,000 for their programs.
Wow.
Bringing the total money raised to over $2.5 million that the community has raised over the years of the program. Again, $10. Go purchase your raffle ticket. 100% of that money, we're now at $2.5 million and counting, goes to the students' programs, sports, and classes to continue to provide awesome opportunities for our students and even student athletes.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome that the schools are doing that.
48-6, Skyline leads big at the half. We'll take a quick break, recognize some sponsors, and be back for the start of the second half. You're watching East Idaho Game Night, the Emotion Bowl on IdahoSports.com.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
So, what's next? Your path doesn't have to look like theirs. You can do this, or this, or this. Check out in-demand jobs in Idaho and get up to $8,000 to find your thing.
Help dreams come true with the Ideal 529 Education Savings Program. Our easy-to-use tools make it simple to plan for your child's education. With tax benefits and ownership flexibility, Ideal is the perfect way to save for college, trade school, apprenticeships, K-12 education, and student loan repayment nationwide. Join us at our next webinar to learn more about the 529 plan. Enrolling takes just 15 minutes, and you can start with just $25. Visit idsaves.org to learn more.
At Valley.
There are the Skyline fireworks. It's been all fireworks for Skyline tonight as they lead 48-6. The players coming out, lined up by the cheerleaders. Cheerleaders now dressed in, the pants and the sweatshirts. We're getting to, we've passed late summer. We're getting into early fall, and the temperatures have been amazing, Josh. And here's Idaho Falls coming out of their tunnel. No fireworks for them, but you got the Tiger mascot over there.
Yeah,
and the Tigers get to midfield, Josh.
It is getting to that time of the year. It's getting a little chilly. It's time to get the sweatshirt out. long pants. I'm wearing jeans for the first time this year.
Right.
It's getting to that time.
And, the weather's been great this September. My goodness. My wife's birthday's in September. I got a kid who was born the day before her birthday. So September is a special month in our family. But my wife has always said, besides her birthday, she loves September. And she's right, man. You still have really warm days, but you have cooler nights here in East Idaho. Still a chance to go out and camp, fish, and get outside and play football, soccer. Tons of great sports going on during the fall for kids, for teenagers. It's really the perfect month.
Yeah, it is. And I wish it was like this the rest of the year.
Don't we?
I hate snow. But
Josh, you live in the wrong place if you hate snow, man.
You're right. I do. But I love it out here. I really do. I just hate
Coming from South Carolina, you okay with that?
No. I really don't. I really dislike snow. But the summer, the fall, the spring,
right,
in this state is absolutely beautiful.
I will push back a little bit. Spring is not the best here, but man, I'll agree. Summer and fall, 100%, dude, 100%. The springs here, it's either like 2 weeks, it's like 2 months long, or it's like a day long.
You're right.
Right, the springs here are insane.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. I didn't even think about that. You're right. This past year, we didn't have a spring.
Yeah, no, it was like a week long,
it was just
right?
Winter, summer.
Yeah, we call it swinter, right?
Yeah.
or sprinter.
Yeah, sprinter. Yeah.
You got two locals here. We're locals now, right? But we didn't grow up here. Josh grew up in South Carolina. I grew up in Southern California. Two SCs, right?
Yep.
Southland for me was Orange County, LA, and Southland for you was truly the Southland, right, Josh?
Exactly.
And but yeah, we both moved here because we met our spouses and moved here. I eventually moved here, lived a few places in this great nation of the United States, and but you met your spouse here and stayed here, right?
I met my
More
wife.
or less?
I met my wife in Denver, and then
Okay.
we moved out this way.
Okay,
so about
gotcha.
5 years ago. I love it. We might be staying out here. Like I said, I really don't mind it. It's just that chunk of 3 months.
Which can be 6 months.
Exactly. It's really just that chunk. If I could just stay inside for 3 months and live my life, perfect. I would love that. I understand why people have summer homes and winter homes.
Yeah, for sure.
I really do.
For sure.
But
And so it's just interesting, you and I calling this game. This is your 4th year calling this Emotion Bowl.
It is.
I've done this game one other time, but not straight. So this is my 2nd Emotion Bowl alive. I've heard about it because my wife actually attended Skyline. She was a Skyline Grizzly, and she loves her. She's a Skyline alum, loves her school. I try not to let that, get in the way. Try to stay neutral, try to stay unbiased, but want to shout out her at home. She was a track star for Skyline. She was a state hurdler for a few years, held the record, the 300 hurdle record for 6-7 years or so before it was broken. And
that's awesome.
But it's just go ahead, Josh.
I was just say sorry. She literally has sweat and blood on this, not the field, new field,
right.
but on the track here.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she ran a number of places, including Boise. But yeah, she loved running for Skyline and running across country. Played hoops also for Skyline. So she's definitely a Skyline, bleeds blue for sure. But it's just interesting that you got two of us who we didn't grow up with this rivalry, but we're doing it tonight together. And man, it's a great rivalry, right? It's historic, one of the top rivalries in the nation. And I mean, it goes to, and that's why we have the American Rivalry Series here tonight, the 2025 Great American Rivalry Series presented by the United States Marines. They were here pregame, and they were part of the pregame show. Just a great opportunity. We want to thank them for doing this, and that just goes to show how important this rivalry is for this Idaho Falls city, for the west side of the city, and for these two high schools.
Yeah, it's so important. And we were just talking about your wife and how she's an alumni. I feel bad. We haven't even talked about Kenyon Sadiq, probably one of the most famous people to come out of this school in the past couple of years.
Yeah, one of the most famous, if not the most famous, now playing for Oregon.
Dominating.
And playing wide receiver for them and doing great stuff. But that was the one loss that has haunted Skyline the last few years. That was 2021.
Yeah. I was trying to look. I have highlights somewhere on my Google account, but I couldn't find them. But in that game, Kenyon Sadiq, he had 3 touchdowns. He just dominated. It was just a crazy game. And it was, and I'm sorry, I believe it was Thompson, the older brother.
Yes, it was.
That had the game-winning throw.
It was.
In that game.
38-34. IF won that game in 2021. I would say stole that game, but positively stole that game, right? Thompson, that game-winning touchdown throw, as he hands it off for the first down in the second half, goes for a couple yards. And that was the last time IF won 38-34. But since then, man, goalposts have been painted blue as Skyline's been dominant, except for that one loss in this series the last 11
I gotta say,
years.
that is by far, painting your goalpost is so awesome.
So cool.
It mainly because, you take out, it's the biggest rivalry, but Idaho Falls plays here as well, and they got to see that blue goalpost every single game, and I would be so frustrated, personally.
So a 3-yard gain, Thompson gets in trouble, and he's sacked in the backfield on 2nd and 7. That'll be a loss of at least a couple. And high stepping out of that sack is number 59 for Idaho Falls. Well, I don't have 59, so I'm going to call it 56. Rodrigo Cortez, the 6'2", 245 defensive lineman. So 3rd and 11, that's a loss of 4 for IF. And Thompson again goes down. That's a blown up play. Great job and more high steps from the defensive line. That time it's number 55, J.J. Anderson on the sack, and he almost went in unblocked. Brings up a 4th and 19, so the defensive line bringing the pressure early in the second half. 10-10 and counting to play. The running clock is at 45-point lead, right, Josh?
It starts in the 4th quarter, though.
Okay.
But yes, if this score stays the same in the 3rd quarter, it does start into the 4th quarter where it just runs no matter what.
So a punt in their end zone for IF. It's a low snap, but he gets the punt away, almost blocked, and that goes out to the 23-yard line. So amazing field position for Skyline. This is to start their first drive of the 3rd quarter. We mentioned Skyline leading the series. They lead 36-23. They're 4-0 against Idaho Falls in playoff matchups as well. So Skyline really has had Idaho Falls' number in this rivalry.
You think of all the great rivalries around the country, whether it be college or in high school. Rivalries just mean so much. I remember one of the storylines last year in college football was Michigan-Ohio State. Michigan couldn't beat Ohio State, Ohio State just could never beat Michigan. And they thought about firing their head coach, even though they won the national championship.
But they lost to Michigan.
And just rivalry games just mean so much to people. It's absolutely insane.
We had a little trivia question in the first half. The largest margin of victory, and it's 47 points, twice done by Skyline, both last year and in 1974. Here's a run to the near side. It gets down to the 15, so a gain of about 5 for Skyline on that run.
Obviously, Skyline in no hurry, but I haven't brought it up tonight, and I always bring it up because it is obviously one of the coolest things that Skyline does is the helmets. It's kind of a controversy I've read about, but the light blue helmets of Skyline offensive line, it feels like it's an honor thing to have. If you wear those light blue helmets, it's an honor, and I love that for Skyline. It's different from all the other helmets on the team. I just love that.
Cooper Thomas and Giannini ended the half, and now Cooper Thomas in. He'll hand it off on the sweep, trying to get to the outside on our near side. Good ball protection. And that ball was carried by Victor Rivera for, we're going to call it no gain. So bring up 3rd. They're going to call it a loss of 1, so 3rd and 6 on the 17-yard line.
I think it's the first time we've called Rivera's name tonight.
We've called it receiving, but yeah, on running for sure.
Yeah. He's had a really quiet night for who he is, and a young budding offensive player in this offense.
Yeah, so Rivera on his first carry goes -1. 3rd and 6, ball on the 17-yard line. And it's a run by Ojeda up the middle. Good stout defense by Idaho Falls to stuff him. And that's going to bring up 4th and 5 on the 16. So will they bring in Santino, or will they go for it?
They're bringing. He was over there adjusting his gloves, but I think he's doing it. He's coming in for a field goal attempt.
Yeah, there's number 7, Santino Antrim, the senior DB and field goal kicker. Also plays soccer for the Skyline soccer team, and he's a lefty.
I love lefties. Whether it's basketball, kicking, it's just unique. I love it.
And all the left-handed people I know are good people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm going to start writing left-handed now because you said that.
I know. You might as well be left-handed. Oh. And it's blocked. Will it make it? It won't. Ball bounces to the end zone, and that's going to be a dead ball. Blocked. Field goal by the Idaho Falls special teams. And great stop there to start the second half.
Yeah, and you got to think that was going to come because Garcia when he's kicked the ball, it's been a low line drive kick every single time. And Idaho Falls, knowing that, they just all you have to do is really just jump. It can hit anywhere on your arm, and exactly what they did.
So the 37-yard field goal attempt is blocked. Santino Antrim will not get 3 points. And, we don't talk enough about the importance of special teams in high school football, and we've seen games won because of special teams, whether it's pinning the team deep in their own territory, getting those long field goals. Special teams can change the game if it is solid for your team. And here's a run to the left side. Gets about 4.
Yeah, we've seen them
call it 2, 2nd and 8.
We've seen them move the ball a lot. It's just they can't finish a drive. They can't really do what they need to do to get points on the board. But I'm really just excited to see the improvements, see what coach has been able to draw up, see what the adjustments. This is the chess game that we like to see on the coach's side.
For sure, and to that point, coach, as we have a run to the near side, he's gobbled up in the backfield. Tries to fight to get back to the line of scrimmage. Great second effort from the running back. Ball's on the ground, and Skyline thinks they have it, but they're going to call it a ground-caused fumble. So great second effort by Idaho Falls.
Yeah, he was dead to rights with a negative 2-yard loss, but he just able to slip out of the tackle and gain 2 or 3 yards on that.
That was Kenyon Spencer on the carry. Brings up 3rd and 8 with 6:07 and counting remaining in the third quarter. Ball on the 27-yard line. 3rd and 3, so it was a gain of 5 after fighting for those extra yards. 3rd and 3. Thompson, and that ball is just dropped as they were doing a little screen to the outside. And ball is pass intended for number 12 of Idaho Falls, Griffin Pearson, and he drops it as he takes off for the run.
Yeah, his first drop of the night. That's a crucial one, too, because that was definitely going to be a first down for Idaho Falls. So now it's 4th and 4, and obviously you're going for this. Down 42.
6 minutes ticked off in this third quarter. Let's see if Thompson can do it. He throws it low. Does he get past the sticks? He does. That's a first down for Idaho Falls.
Really good play called there. It was just a 5-out hitch. Everyone ran a little 5-out hitch, and good find there. Good decision to throw that ball low and away from the defender to pick up that first down.
Thompson's still a junior, but his release is just it's a little bit wonky, right? It's not.
It's like a shortstop almost.
Right, but he's made some good throws. He's had some he wants back. He's thrown a couple picks. He's on 8 on the season, but he's thrown more completions. Another throw to the outside, throws it low, and it's completed though.
Well, kind of an awkward
Gain of
catch
7.
there. Yeah, kind of an awkward catch there to pick up those 7 yards, but really good job there by Thompson because he felt that pressure on the backside. He had a free rusher from the opposite side of him, but was able to catch that or throw that ball to the receiver, pick up 7 yards.
They're going to call it 6. I thought it was 7. So 2nd and 4, ball on the 39-yard line, 4:40 to play in the third. They're going to hand it off. Sereno spins out of a tackle and gets to the 45. So that's enough for the first down. Move those chains.
Here we go.
And Sereno really hasn't been able to get much going in this running game, and that was one of his better runs of the night.
Yeah, no, I think that was his best run of the night, to memory. So a really good job there, Serrano. You can see he has that burst kind of quickness. When he gets to that hole, he could pick up an extra 2 or 3 yards just with that burst.
Another run for Serrano. He goes right side this time, lowers his shoulder, spins, and he'll get about 4 yards.
Go, you like that sportsmanship and rivalry as the guys helped him up. Skyline guys, that is.
So ball almost on the 49-yard line. 2nd and 6. 3:45 to play in the third. Wing T. Thompson under center. He'll hand it off on the run to the left. And good stuff by Richardson. Another positive gain, and he gets 7 yards. Richardson, another first down, this time rushing.
Yeah, Idaho Falls slowly gaining yards here.
And that's Richardson's first carry of the game.
Was it really?
First carry. He has 3 receptions, but first rush. So 3:15 to play in the third. Here's a throw to the outside, a little misdirection from Idaho Falls, but he's going to be tackled in the backfield, tackled for a loss of 2.
Really good gang tackle by the Skyline outside corners. Able to get him to the ground for that loss of 2.
During my conversation with head coach Joe Parker, of course, he's in his first year. He really talked about trying to establish a positive culture with this team. He said, you know, give us time, give us grace, right? He's almost like he was talking to the Idaho Falls faithful, because it's going to take a little bit to really establish his culture, what he wants, and trying to get more guys out for football. You know, of course, we have a lot of sophomores, juniors on this team, but he likes so far what he knows they're undersized, undermanned, but he likes the effort so far. Here's a throw to the outside, has a man open, and that ball goes incomplete, and flags thrown as there was a tug of the jersey by number 4 Skyline Noah Wells, and that's going to be an easy pass interference call for the officials.
Yeah, you're right. He definitely tugged on his jersey and held that right arm down, so he couldn't catch the ball, and it was an overthrown ball, so he didn't need to do any of that. But good call by the refs.
But I like the vibe from head coach Joe Parker, you know, really trying to get this team, give this team some moxie, some confidence.
Yep.
And he said, you know, we're trying to get involved in the community, in the school. You know, we're trying to support the band and other sports, of course. And as they do that, they'll get more support from their own football team, right? More people coming out for games because they've seen head coach Joe Parker. They've seen these players supporting this and that program. And so I like that. I think that's an easy way to get more juice under you, more excitement for this team is, you know, getting out in the school and in the community.
Yeah, I mean, that's also a good way to develop players too. If you can get those extra, especially this team is so young. If you can get that little bit of extra on training and film room and weightlifting and anything else, you never know where this team can go.
So after a penalty against Skyline, it's going to be 1st and 5 on the 28. Idaho Falls was here earlier in this game when they threw an interception. Here's a run by Sereno. More positive yards, and he's going to, I think he got to the 24, so that's going to be, it's not going to be a first down. They're going to say a gain of 3, so should be 3rd and 1, 2nd and 1.
We're going to go 2nd and 1.
2nd and 1, ball on the 24. Good thing Josh is here. Throw to the outside. He's got a man open, but just overthrows the receiver. Pass intended for Griffin Pearson. Pearson had a step. He was open. So 3rd and 1, ball on the 24. Under 2 minutes to play before the 4th quarter. We'll see if Idaho Falls can punch one in with 1:48 to play before the 4th. 48-6, 3rd and 1. 3 timeouts left for both teams. Bouncing off tacklers is Serrano, and he gets the first down. Good 3rd down run from Serrano.
Yeah, you're right. Serrano did bounce off some tacklers there. Bounce forward. I think there was a play a couple weeks ago in the NFL where Christian McCaffrey just bounced off an offensive lineman and bursted forward for 10 yards.
And a lot of times when you absorb that contact, whether it's from your own player or another player, that can boost you forward for sure. And if you keep your legs turning underneath you, keeping your hips square to that end zone, you're going to get more positive yards. So 1st and 10, ball on the 16-yard line. In the red zone now is this Tigers offense. And this was a similar drive in the 2nd quarter before they threw that interception.
Yeah.
So a couple good drives from Idaho Falls.
He threw that interception because of pressure, and there hasn't been a lot of pressure here yet.
Feeling the pressure, and he throws it incomplete. And like clockwork, Mr. Magali over here, we should call him Mr. Miyagi.
Miyagi.
As he called it. The pressure came from Skyline, and Thompson had to throw that one away. You know, it's interesting, we have a Thomas for Skyline quarterback, right, number 0, and then Thompson, number 13. Hard to sometimes make sure you get those right.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a tongue twister, and also it's getting darker. The numbers are getting a little smaller. So a little hard to read the numbers sometimes.
We got a final. Westside defeats Declo 20-8. Player of the game, Drake Sage, 2 touchdowns. Here's a pitch to the outside. I believe that's Serrano once again fighting for yards, keeping those legs moving. And since his, minor injury, maybe got the wind knocked out of him, Serrano's been playing pretty well. So maybe sometimes it's good to get the wind knocked out of you, kind of,
Yeah, it gets that burst of energy.
Gets you going.
Yeah.
Makes you feel alive.
Yeah, he definitely feels alive.
3-yard gain for Serrano, 3rd and 7.
Land on the football and right in your ribs. Oh, yeah, you feel alive. Yeah. Boy.
You feel something. It may not be alive, but you feel something. 3rd and 7. Here is Thompson. He throws across the middle. Ball goes incomplete. Another flag thrown. And good stuff there from Griffin Pearson to sell the call. Griffin Pearson was definitely reaching and kind of dove like, I'm getting pulled. And there was definitely some pull there from the Skyline DB. So some acting, but still, it was deserved. Waiting for the call from the official.
Yep, and it is pass interference as we expected there, but really good job by Thompson too, just to stay under control and be able to throw it all in time and at least get the flag.
So 1st and goal on the 7-yard line. 16 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Can IF score before the 4th? Oh, so 3rd and inches for IF. Excuse me, it was not automatic first. They throw across the middle once again on the quick slant, and the ball goes incomplete.
He was open too. Just a throw. His throws right now are just a yard or two too long right now. He's had a couple throws deep and short that if he hits them, it's obviously going to be a score, but a little bit of accuracy issues right now.
As this 3rd quarter was flying by, it suddenly come to a standstill in this last minute because IF has been trying to dime their way to the end zone. And now we have a timeout called by Idaho Falls, and they'll have a meeting, and we'll take a quick break, recognize some sponsors. You're watching the Emotion Bowl on East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
An Idaho-based credit union is leading the way in community initiatives and charitable partnerships. Recognizing a need for change, Lookout Credit Union underwent a major transformation to put its employees and their community first. Through two strong initiatives, Lookout Credit Union is ensuring a brighter future for its community. To find out more, visit www.lookoutcu.com.
Welcome back to Rafston Stadium, home of the Idaho Falls Tigers and the Skyline Grizzlies. As we're 4th and inches for Idaho Falls on the Grizzlies' 7-yard line. 12 seconds to go in the third quarter. We'll see if Grizzlies can pin their ears back and stop this 4th down conversion. Under center, they run it and they will get the first down. Good 4th down run. Good push from that offensive line. Undersized, but not underhearted.
That's right. You think they got a tush push in them?
I think they do. Let's see the Eagles tush push, shall we?
No, they're taking it to the 4th.
So we'll go to the 4th quarter with a score of 48-6. No touchdown scored in that third quarter after a touchdown-ridden first half. We'll go to the 4th quarter, 48-6. We'll take a quick break and be right back. Stay with us.
When it's time to get health insurance, Your Health Idaho is the place to go. It's Idaho's health insurance marketplace where you can shop and compare plans from well-known insurance companies and lower your monthly premium with a tax credit you can't get anywhere else. Plus, certified local agents can find you the right plan for free. More coverage, less cost. Only at yourhealthidaho.org. See how much you could save. When it's time to get health insurance, Your Health Idaho is the place to go. It's Idaho's health insurance marketplace where you can shop and compare plans from well-known insurance companies and lower your monthly premium with a tax credit you can't get anywhere else. Plus,
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 3607.
Welcome to the 4th quarter. It's 1st and goal on the 4th-yard line for Idaho Falls. Thompson under center in the wing tee, puts a man in motion. That's Sereno. And tackled in the backfield on the 1st and goal, going nowhere, going backwards. Great stop from Skyline.
Yeah, Chavez there making another play in the backfield. What a beautiful job there from Chavez.
That's Aiden Chavez, the junior offensive line, defensive lineman.
He's been living in that backfield all night. Couple sacks, couple tackles for loss.
So now ball on the 60-yard line. 2nd and goal. 11 and 20 counting before Skyline can crown themselves champions once again of the Emotion Bowl. Thompson now in the shotgun with wings to both sides. Puts Sereno in motion. He'll hand it off. No, he'll fake the handoff. Roll to his right side. In the end zone, no. Ball goes incomplete. Oh, excuse me, that's caught for the touchdown.
I don't know either.
That was because Thompson was running back to his sideline to get the next play as if he threw it incomplete.
He tricked us.
So with 10:59 to play in the 4th, the first touchdown of the second half, is scored by IF. A 6-yard touchdown throw from Thompson. The extra point is up and good.
Wow.
And I'm going to be honest, folks, I didn't get the receiver who caught that. We all thought it was incomplete, and we were going down for the next play. Even Thompson was. And suddenly he looks back, and his receiver had caught it. He runs back and high-fives his team.
I only noticed it because the referee raised his hands. That's completely on me. But it looks like Skyline's getting their younger quarterbacks warmed up too. So we might see a quarterback change here to start the fourth.
So thanks to a long IF drive, that was, I would say that's their best drive of the game. Earlier in the game, they had a really good drive, but it ended in an interception. That was their best drive of the game, Josh.
Yeah, ending in a score there. The thing was, though, if they wanted, obviously a comeback is probably out of the question here, but they probably wanted that drive to go a little bit faster, but still a beautiful drive for Idaho Falls.
So a long drive went most of the second half, most of the third quarter, and some of the fourth. 9-10 minute drive for IF. And here's a squib kick that'll bounce. That'll be recovered by John Garcia. Garcia comes to the near side. He's got space. He tries to spin out of a tackler, but can't. Gets to about 32-yard line. And good tackle from number 3 of IF, Kingston Beck.
At the 33-yard line is a Skyline. First and 10.
So Skyline will start an offense on the 33-yard line. And we got some second, third stringers in now. Here's the backup quarterback, number 17, Lincoln Holdaway. And Holdaway will just take it himself and run out of bounds. Gets positive yards on his first play of his game. 5'9", 150. Guess what year Holdaway is?
Freshman.
Freshman.
I love it.
You got it, dude.
I love it. This is the time that you, as a freshman, that you're loving here. Not only is your squad up by a decent amount, but you get to come in and lead an offense for the first time in high school. Be able to show the coaches what you can do as a freshman.
So we have a running clock, even though Holdaway ran out of bounds. So under 10 minutes to play in this one. Holdaway hands it off. Hits the B gap, and now he fumbles, stumbles, but he was able to get his feet under him and continue to run. Good run there from number 32, Riley Stewart, the sophomore, 205-pound running back.
I'm going to call this the Beast Quake here.
Holdaway in the shotgun. 9:17 and counting. Hands it off this time to Josh Meyer. And Meyer runs left side, then cuts inside between the two hashes, and he gets the first down. Yep. So in garbage time, the sophomore's freshman showing out.
I got to show that run too, because he as well got
cut there from his little sweep. He was able to finish the run with a little bit of a hit too.
And good reps for both sides in late in this game with 8:36 and counting in the fourth quarter. Good opportunities for these underclassmen for sure. Getting in this emotion bowl, feeling some of that pressure of keeping those goalposts nice and blue.
Yeah, put a new coat on it this year. Make it nice and shiny, could you? I wish they would, they could add the score to the goalpost maybe.
Right, like every year, write it somewhere on the goalpost. That'd be sweet. I'm game for that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
No one asks us our opinion. I don't know why.
I don't know. Yeah, it's not like we've lived here,
The longest win streak in this game as we go left side on the run, makes a man miss, spins, and gets the first down. Longest win streak in this rivalry is by Skyline, 8 games from 1966 to 1972. So the first game that these two played was in 1966, right?
Wow.
Skyline won that game 1915, and then they went on to win 7 more until 1973 when IF finally got their first win of the series.
Do you know what's the longest Idaho Falls win streak? Do you know that one by chance?
I'll find it for you.
I'm curious now. I'm curious because without that 2021 loss that Idaho Falls gave to Skyline, this would obviously be the longest streak as breaks another tackle, goes up the middle of the field for a gain of 10.
So it's 6 back in the 80s from 83 to 88. It was 6 games. Idaho Falls went on a 6-game winning streak. And in the early 2000s, they won 4 in a row, Idaho Falls did. But really from 2011 to present day, it's been mostly Skyline except for 2 wins from Idaho Falls. One in 2021, of course, we talked about, and one in 2013.
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. You take out those 2 losses. Boy.
Again, Coach Scott Berger in his 17th season. He's 12-2 in his last 14 as Skyline's trying to get to the end zone, but tackled out of bounds, spun out of bounds, 6:20 to play. And Berger knows, he's 12-2 in the last 14, but he's also 21-14 since 1990. So he's taken his lumps as a coach, as the head coach or assistant coach with the Skyline Grizzlies.
Coach Berger, has his state championship rings as well.
Definitely, yeah. Skyline with 9 titles. Berger has been involved in a lot of those.
I was going to say, he's almost got one for every finger. Could you imagine you retire with 10? The pictures that he could recreate with it would be incredible.
Holdaway gets a throw. Will they get in?
Oh,
they're going to call a touchdown.
Freshman. Look at his teammates clapping for him, getting the freshman hyped up, throwing his first career touchdown.
So with 5:43 to play, Holdaway to Meyer for 6.
Freshman to senior. I believe Holdaway's a senior, right? I believe the senior doesn't play too much.
Lincoln Holdaway is the freshman.
Oh, he's a freshman. Okay. Yeah, it was a great job there. Great catch. Great throw. How about that? Get your first career touchdown. I believe it's his first career touchdown pass in the Motion Bowl. And we get a nice dose of baby powder all over our equipment. I love it.
The kick is up by Santino Antrim and good. And we got 2 touchdowns in the second half. One by Idaho Falls and one by Skyline, bringing the score to 54-13 with 5:43 left to play in the 60th edition of the Emotion Bowl. There was some confusion about which edition this was because some folks had counted some of their playoff games against each other, but don't count just the regular season games.
Oh, because they were counting the playoff games.
They were.
Oh.
And what's great about this rivalry? There's been 23 single possession games since 1966.
There's been how many?
23.
Oh my gosh.
Single possession games. I mean, that could be 8. That could be 1 point, 8-point deficit.
Wow.
Or victory.
As they're not running the clock now, so it must be only during the offensive possessions.
So the kickoff team trying to organize themselves.
All right. We're doing kickoff return right here.
You got to feel bad if you're Josh Meyer kicking off your number 12 Caden Cruz or number 17 Lincoln Holdaway, saying, "Hey, I got it. You're off. I'm getting the tackle here, End-over-end kick. Good kick by Skyline, fielded at about the 8-yard line. Very returnable, good opportunity there.
Oh.
And we got a flag. Looked like it was maybe like a glove being thrown from the stands or from the technical area of Idaho Falls, but that was a very high flag flying through the air.
Yeah, that was a 25-yard flag throw. I wish I'd gotten the replay of that.
I mean, that was almost like Giannini's ball that was just kind of hanging right on those two passes. That ball hung there forever. That flag got hung up.
Yeah, he definitely saw it. He wanted to make sure he made that call.
So 55-13 with 5:36 to play. We were talking about the state titles of the Skyline team. Last year they met Hillcrest in the championship, but we're short in that one. Well, short by a lot. Hillcrest really dominated that game start to finish. And so this year, Skyline's trying to get some newcomers acclimated. That's one of their keys to this season. How quickly can the junior QBs, the sophomore, junior wide receivers get accustomed to the faster play of varsity football?
Do you have an update on that Hillcrest game? Are they still tied?
Let's go to the IdahoSports.com Friday Night Flash, and let's find that out for Josh and our audience. Let's see what they got. And we have Hillcrest over Shelley, 17-14 at the half as the ball's in the air, falls incomplete. No pass interference, pass intended for number 11, James Richardson. Every time I say James Richardson, it sounds like it's Richardson.
Richardson.
Like my last name. He's, he's just missing an A and an R, and we could be, family. But yes, Hillcrest leading Shelley 17-14 at the half, and we got a final. Highland defeats Pocatello by a score of 32-7.
Wow. Wow.
Pocatello taking a step back this year, the last few years, frankly. And Blackfoot leading Bonneville 40-22 in the fourth quarter. Thompson overthrows his intended receiver. And that was Talmadge Stevens, the tall tight end. 4:31 and counting. The clock is running, even though it's an incomplete pass, as we have a running clock in this fourth quarter.
So what do you think here for Idaho Falls? You're going to be 0-5. What's to look forward to? Is just the younger guys. Really, I think this year you got to think, let's get the younger guys. You want to see improvement each game. This is a tough one because of who they're playing, but really you want to see the younger guys make some improvement this year. You got a young head, or you got a head coach that wants to bring that youngness to the team. You want to wants to bring the development and wants to bring the mindset of a winning team here, but it's a rough year, and I hope they could do that for the squad.
For sure. Last year they went 1-8, 0-5 in conference play. This year so far they're 0-4, and this will be a loss in the conference column, going to an 0-5. Skyline will improve to 4-1. And they'll remain second in the High Country Conference unless Shelley can get a surprise upset on Hillcrest as the punt. It's a good one and dribbles all the way to the 31-yard line. So the clock will stop with 3:13 to play. We'll take one last break. Recognize some sponsors. You're watching the Emotion Bowl on East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Lookout's campus branch. The vibe and the service. But with digital banking, it all comes to me. My customizable dashboard provides all my information. Accounts, cards.
Anything else?
I'm good. Bill pay, even my credit score. Gotta go. I mean, you gotta go download this app and upload convenience today.
Welcome back to Ravston Stadium, the home of the Skyline Grizzlies tonight. Even though Skyline Grizzlies are technically the away team, it's been all Skyline since the first quarter. And with under 3 minutes to play, they'll run the ball to the outside, trying to find some space on that outside is number 21 for Skyline, Cash Webster, the junior wide receiver. And you talked about, okay, what does Idaho Falls do here?
they've had some bright spots, right? We saw some good drives this game, 2 drives against a very good Skyline defense. You can hang your hat on that, right?
Yeah.
And you can build off of that. And coach will obviously, get in reps, and in the off season, get in the weight room, get your players bigger, stronger, faster, and then that can set you up for more success in the coming years. And if you're Idaho Falls, alumni, fans, patience, right? I think you're patient with this team. You're patient with this coach. Joe Parker has 25 years under his belt, and now 26 years. And this team only has, 15 to 17 seniors, but tons of sophomores and juniors. It's a work on us first mentality, character, leadership, commitment. And he says the chemistry on this team is outstanding, and we've seen that throughout this night. Idaho Falls players not yelling at each other, not getting down on each other. It's been a lot of high fives, hugs, pats on the back, pats on the helmet as we have a run up the middle, and then breaks to our near side. He's got green grass, he's got a blocker, and he's going to spin, but they're going to call it a touch. He stepped out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, what a run there, and he's hyped up. Look at him. He is so excited. I love that for the young man.
I think that's Cage Lamson, the junior, he's the DB, but yeah, he was hyped after
so
that
excited.
run, man. Turns the afterburners on, and 1:03 to play. This should be the last play of the game for Jackson Klein here. Tries to get to the outside. And so to finish that thought with the Idaho Falls Tigers, be patient, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the key here. Be patient. If you're the coach, if you're a player, if you're a fan, alumni, be patient. This team will get there.
What about Skyline? Think of the positive now. Skyline, they're now 4-1. Who do they play next? Do you know?
Absolutely. Skyline goes and plays Shelley next week, and Shelley put up a huge fight, or is putting up a big fight against Hillcrest. So it won't be an easy win for Skyline at all. Throw to pass complete to the near side, hit out of bounds, and that should do it for the 60th edition of the Emotion Bowl. And a lot of emotion for Skyline's side, as this is another victory for the Skyline Grizzlies. Your final score 55 to 13.
They're trying to go for this. Okay, good.
And that's your final score. We will recognize the sponsor and be back for our IdahoSports.com player of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Department of Transportation. Stay with us for the post-game show.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Final score here at Ralston Stadium in the 60th edition of the Emotion Bowl, 55-13. The Grizzlies defeat the Tigers by a lot. And some of the highlights from this game, Josh, well, it was a lot of Skyline getting in the end zone.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of that. I was like, I'm going to run here. It was a lot of touchdowns. Really, everything you can think of for this squad.
And the rest of the good tonight is one of our IdahoSports.com player of the game, brought to you by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Reminding you to always keep your head moving. When you're on the side of the road, be aware and free from distractions. Josh, who's a good for Idaho player?
Yeah, I think it's going to be one person, Zion Crockett. He had two touchdowns, a punt return for a touchdown, 2 rushing touchdowns. Just had himself really
had a great yardage, good rushing on the outside, and we could have really, honestly, we could have given it to the entire Skyline offense as we had so much production from Ojeda and Cruz. Obviously, Crockett. Cruz had a couple touchdowns. Davis. And so he did a great job. And then finally there at the end, Meyer punching one more in, the sophomore punching one in. But in the end, it's going to be Zion Crockett, 3 touchdowns. Congratulations to him. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of East Idaho Game Night, presenting the Emotion Bowl. Coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, Valley-Wide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, Ideal, Idaho's College Savings Program, and the Idaho Office of Highway Safety. Special thanks to Athletic Director Nick Birch and everyone here at Idaho Falls for their hospitality and help in getting this game broadcast to you. Congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Office of Highway Safety, Zion Crockett, 3 touchdowns. Thanks again for joining us as the Skyline Grizzlies defeat the Idaho Falls Tigers by a score of 55-13. For my broadcast partner, Josh McGauley, and Dallas, and everyone else here behind the scenes at IdahoSports.com, I'm Joel Richardson saying be excellent to each other, have a great night, and we'll see you next time on IdahoSports.com.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com.